What happened was I had friends and colleagues who were experiencing deaths here and there, and I'd get a phone call and people would say, hey, we're not sure exactly what to do. We know that you were in this line of work for a long time. Could you point us in the right direction?
I never would have imagined that I would work for a company like this because it sounds extremely depressing and a little morbid. But in April this year, my sister passed away. She was killed by a driver. And we had Shane basically come alongside and help us with the plans and basically took control of everything for us. And this was a situation we never expected to be in. Obviously, she was 23, it was completely out of nowhere. So we weren't prepared for anything like that. And having Shane just deal with it for us showed me that I can't believe, I don't know how families don't have someone like that to help them. And we would have been lost. And so after he kind of started up the idea for this company, I kind of jumped on board because I feel like it's super important and there's definitely a need for it.
Because of that tragedy, we felt very strongly that people needed something that wasn't available. And that's sort of was the genesis of what we do. So we do things very differently than what funeral homes do. We don't compete with them necessarily. We're more of a representative of the family who has industry experience, who can be at the front of the arrangements, and all information is passed through us before it ever gets to the family. The family is made aware of what the exact cost of things are before the funeral home or cemetery is ever notified. So they're never in a position where they've made all these decisions and at the end they're handed a big bill. Nothing's really been decided until after they're finished with us. They make a final decision. We give them suggestions. But at the end of it, they know where they stand before the funeral home is notified. A funeral director is very unlikely to suggest to you that you go buy your urn somewhere else. They're very unlikely. It's very unlikely that they'll suggest that you could purchase your casket somewhere else. They're not likely to say, don't use our caterer, use somebody else. Sometimes people are just under the assumption that you have to call a funeral home and you have your service at the funeral home if they're not church-going people. They don't know that there are other alternatives, alternatives that will save them money, alternatives that make sense because it's a better facility, alternatives that make sense because it's a location issue. There may be people who need to take the bus. Many funeral homes are not bus accessible. We have a saying around here, it's one of our marketing tools, it's Integrity 316, honor thy father and thy mother and spend less doing it.